I'd like to thank Keith Johnson and Off Square Music, and my old friend Norm Siegel, who I have known probably for 40 years.
Oh my God.
When we were young people prowling night spots in Chicago. Well, we're going to start the event today with Humbertson, sorry about that. Okay. Leading us in the national anthem, so please rise if you're able.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Don, thank you very much. And we're not going to spend a lot of time yammering at you because we have a very full program. But I would like to thank you all for coming, and I think there's going to be more of us here as the afternoon goes on. This is, as I said, our third annual event, and we got started to remember the connection of Woodstock and to Labor Day via Eugene B. Debs, who was held over there at the Woodstock jail after the Pullman strike in 1894. The strike was in 93. He was held there in 94. And you're going to be hearing more about that as we go on. But the ideals that Eugene B. Debs stood for, of union and labor solidarity, and of society that is equal and nurturing, are the same ones that we fight for today. And today, we especially want to focus on the challenges to the labor movement and to the people of the United States by the environment in which we find ourselves, under siege and under attack. But we are fighting back, and we're fighting back in many ways and getting stronger day by day. Now I'm going to basically shut up except for introducing things for this program, but I have one little beginning thought, if I have it. On the other hand, oh, there it is. This is by way of, if not a prayer, a contemplation. Let me be worthy of those whose names have been forgotten, those who stood up, stood out, and stood down, those whose hands bled, brows sweated, and backs bent, those who nurtured, nursed, and loved without question, those who questioned and created, and cared. Those who offered hands up, hands out, and all hands on deck when it mattered. Those who saw far, saw clearly, and saw what needed to be done. Those who sang, those who danced, and those who laughed despite it all. Those of faith, free thought, and far horizons. Oh, greater mystery, make us worthy of it all. Now we're going to begin this program. We're going to do this program in chunks, and I'll be up here between chunks introducing the next chunk. And our first chunk is really important because they are the hands-on unionists who are fighting the fight that we face today. And we have 3 of them to start us off. I'm going to introduce them as a group, and then they will come up individually one after the other until we do our next set. Their first speaker will be Wally Emerson, who's with the Automobile Mechanics Union local number 701. As you may know, the automobile mechanics of the new car dealerships have been on strike now for several weeks. And this is one of the most important labor struggles in the Chicago area today. It is a critical struggle for the rights of working people against a very concentrated group of wealthy owners. And Wally's going to tell us about that and hopefully tell us how we can help. Next up is a very close old friend of mine and associate, Carlos Acosta, who I've known for many years and who many of you have known as the leader of the former Latino Coalition. And he today is speaking as a representative of AFSCME 2833. As you know, state employees are under repeated attack by a certain governor to remain unknown. Their struggle is our struggle. And by the way, Carlos has just announced that he's also running for county board from District 5. And last up is Robert Patrick of Operating Engineers Local 150, one of the most active local unions in McHenry County. And once again, they have a local struggle. As many of you know, Algonquin Township fired members of local 150 as soon as a certain right-winger took office as Algonquin Township supervisor. That is an important struggle, and I see we have Nick Chirico. Nick. I know, Nick. I just can't say your name right now. In his 150 shirt. So those 3 gentlemen will be up one after another, and I will be back to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Walter Emerson from Mechanics Local 701. I'd like to thank the McHenry County Progressives for hosting this rally, and I'd like to thank all of you for coming out and supporting it. Today actually marks the beginning of the 6th week that we have been out on strike. Back July 31st of this year, our contract expired with the New Car Dealer Committee. We had started negotiations June 12th. We proceeded to have 16 bargaining sessions with the New Car Dealer Committee, and the New Car Dealer Committee thought it would be wise to, the day before our first vote, to hand us a contract and have it be their first, last, best final offer. It was clear at that point that the New Car Dealer Committee was looking to force us outside and test our resolve. A lot of people think that this strike is about money, but it's not. Our mechanics, roughly 2,000 of them at 130 dealerships, have turned down repeated attempts to just throw money at a situation that needs to get fixed. Currently, we're facing an 8 to 10 year apprenticeship program. Apparently, we're fighting a flex work week where the dealers get to choose which days you have off, which keeps you away from your family. There's no 2 days off in a row. Loop techs and semi-skilled being kept down to not move forward to become a master technician. And the 40-hour guarantee. 40-hour guarantee basically is base pay. As a mechanic, we're one of the few industries that still work off of commission. So your pay is based off of how many cars you fix and how quickly you can fix them. When the manufacturers come out with recalls or change labor times, a job that might have paid you 3 hours now might pay you an hour and a half. So at the end of the week, you might have worked 40 or 45 hours for a 34-hour paycheck. A lot of us believe if you work 40 hours, you should be paid for 40 hours. Anytime we'll spend on test drives with customers, on the phone with technical support, field service engineers, anything, we're not getting paid. Anytime we have to do clerical work, writing up reports for customers or for warranty repairs, we also don't get paid. Currently, the dealers group, some of them, have resorted to tactics that I will say is just deplorable. Some of them are threatening, harassing our members out on the picket lines, sending letters to their house saying they've been permanently replaced. They're also having our members who might have been working at that dealership for over 20 years take their toolboxes out, all in forms of intimidation. Our members will refuse to be intimidated. We know we're out here fighting for a 4-year apprenticeship program, fair wages, time off with your family, and securing our industry. It's been 23 years since the last time we were on strike in 1994. Since then, we're about 80 dealerships less and about 1,000 members less as far as the car dealers. We don't want to see that trend continue. We'd like to see that trend keep moving forward and up with organizing, but also with a fair contract. Without a good contract, nobody who's under the age of 25 is going to want to get into this industry and service your vehicles. So our support that we could use from all the members out here in the general public is stopping by, just saying hi, shaking hands, giving somebody a smile. It raises morale on the strike line so much. If you want to donate water, any type of food, I've never seen a mechanic turn down a donut. So just so you know. But also with our local, we also did start a GoFundMe page to help some of our members. Part of the new car dealer committee's form of intimidation is they're going to try to starve us out. If they can keep us out here longer and longer and longer, more of our members have to be faced with paying for COBRA insurance. It's very expensive, and a lot of our members can't do that. So we started the GoFundMe page to help our members who are battling cancer, going through surgeries, wives and children that need medicines. That's a big thing for our members, and we're trying to help them so they can feel that they can still stand outside and fight for their rights, as opposed to being starved out by the rich. So thank you very much for your time. I would personally like to thank Jim Walls and Christina Zohorik and Carrie Barber and Kate Dixon for stopping at our strike line over in Crystal Lake Chrysler Jeep Dodge. I'm accompanied here by my strike captain, Brett Beater. We have 2 stores in all of McHenry County, Crystal Lake Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Courtesy Buick GMC on Route 14. Obviously, that's something we'd like to fix. We'd like to have more dealerships up here in McHenry County that were organized. But right now, those are the 2 that reside up here, and any support you could show us would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Again, my name is Carlos Acosta, and I'm one of the stewards for ASME Local 2833. As Patrick had mentioned, unfortunately, when Governor Rauner was elected, we got a target put on our back. We have not had a contract for the last 2 years, and if it hadn't been for the courts, we probably would have been out of work 2 years ago. But one thing I wanted to say, and I'm going to be quick, let's not forget what role McHenry County played with the turnaround agenda. The McHenry County Board, as far as I recall, is the only board that approved Governor Rauner's turnaround agenda. Shout out to Local 150 for setting them straight. But now, as painful as that whole process was to watch, there really was two things that I learned from being involved in that process of pushing back on the turnaround agenda. One, labor has power in this county. When that was going on, we filled Woodstock High School. We filled the county building. We have power, but we have to turn it into organized political power. And there's the other thing that I noticed when I started going to county board meetings. I would look at the people up on there, and this is what I see. Retired person, lawyer, business owner, lawyer. Now, I'm not questioning their desire to serve on the county board, but I sense that they don't see life the way we see life as workers, as union members, and that needs to change. We need more teachers on the county board. We need more laborers on the county board. We need more people of color on the county board. And yes, as Patrick had said, that is the reason why today I did decide to run for County Board District 5. If you're on Facebook, I now have a Facebook page, People for Carlos.